Right then, we are back, and today we have Super Penta up against Lex Luger. It's a bit of a tenuous one, I know, but obviously one of Superman's biggest enemies in the... He's not DC. He is DC, isn't he, Superman? Yeah. One of the biggest enemies in the DC universe for Superman was Lex Luthor. There wasn't anybody who had a Lex Luthor attire, so we're going to go with Lex Luger. It's close enough. It'll do. Penta has been in great form this week in singles competition. Tag team, not so much, but in singles competition, he is, of course, 3 for 3 in the last few days, and now is up on +7 after 47 matches, +4 after 13 this year, and today we're rocking the Superman-style attire. Another really, really good attire. I said the same person made all these attires with you so far this week, and they're absolutely great. Again, as I said the other day, they're not difficult, they're not like game-breaking, they're simple concepts, but just done very, very well, and that's the best thing for them. And then Lex Luger, let's get old Lexi in the building. I don't think we've used Lex Luger in a while. We have, okay, he's on +2 after 13, he's +1 after 2 so far this year. He has only had one singles match this year, which he lost, and he's had one tag team match, which he won. So yeah, I'm interested to see how Lex does here. This should be an interesting one because I think Lex is a bit higher rated than Penta on the game. And Lex, of course, is coming from a much more bigger, stronger, more powerful. And then again, we had the same situation yesterday with Brian Cage, didn't we? He was a much bigger, stronger, more powerful opponent for Penta. But Penta does have the agility and the technical benefit as well over someone like Lex Luger. So this really could be a pretty balanced match. Lex does need some victories. He needs to showcase why he is where he is. And he needs to showcase why he should be higher as well. Lex is someone... I want to say Lex might be a former 2-time... Yes, I'm right. Lex Luger is a former 2-time United States champion. And he would love to force his way back into those championship pictures. And he's only going to do that by picking up massive victories against the likes of people like Penta. Lex now with a bear hug, just swinging Penta back and forth. And of course, this is our second and last match of the day today, but 3 more big ones tomorrow. Doink the Clown takes on Crush. I know it's a random one, but I really wanted to use Doink, and I thought Halloween Havoc was a good opportunity. We're also going to have Mr. Iguana and La Parka taking on Leon Slater and Javon Evans. A rematch for obviously what happened at NXT's Halloween Havoc this year. And we'll have our second of the YouTube Tag Team Championship #1 contendership matches. Mexico's Most Wanted, Damien 666 and Halloween versus the Broken Hardys, Matt and Jeff, versus the Acolytes, Farouk and Bradshaw, versus Boom and Doom, Big Boom AJ and QT Martial. So big, entertaining matches planned in for you tomorrow. As Lex Luger here just choking out the grounded Penta, now wrenching back at the arm as well. Lex really wrenching that arm of Penta. And Penta fighting back Lex, so rolling Penta through. I say, Lex is definitely showcasing that big strength advantage that we said he would have in this match. And the longer he controls Penta like this, the more difficult it's going to be for Penta to turn this one around. But you always remember Penta does just have that agility and speed boost to be able to just slide through when you least expect it. And there is the Boston Crab. They're locked in by Lex Luger, but Penta reaching through and grabbing the ankle. Penta now breaking back once again. Trying to take some offense. Trying to send Lex into the corner, but the referee got in the way. Great. Typical WWE 2K25 referees. There's the pin now by Lex on Penta. Only a 2 count. Lex Luger now heading up to the top. Gonna dive in with that big elbow right into the heart of Penta. Lex now backs into the corner, running. I think that was a forearm. I don't think it was a clothesline. It was a running forearm right into the face of Penta, now stalking as well. Penta fighting back. There's the boot in the gut. And Penta sneaky roll through on Lex Luger. Only a 1 count. Penta lovely takedown on Lex. Lex now sending Penta off the ropes. Penta jumps over the top. Lex caught him, but Penta fighting back with the elbows in the back of the head. Penta taking Lex up on the shoulder. Luger fighting back again. The big strikes and that power advantage was coming through, but I say Penta just has that agility and that speed to turn things around on a sixpence so quickly. Penta now willing. Lex back up. There's the super kick, dropping Lex Luger down. Taking him up onto the powerbomb position into the knee. Really painful. You see Lex rolling around holding his back. Of course, we know that Lex Luger likes to utilize the torture rack as a submission finisher, and if you can damage his own back, his core, it becomes a lot more difficult for him to lift you up over his head like that as Penta drops in. Mexican Destroyer, middle of the ring. There's the pin for the 1, for the 2, and the 2 count. Penta can't believe it. He thought he had the match won there and then. I thought he had the match won there and then, to be honest with you. Penta now stalking the grounded Lex. Spins him round. Penta driver, middle of the ring. Penta could be in for 4 out of 4 this week with this big win. No. Lex able to break free. Penta looking for the dive. Lex avoided it, dropping the elbow into the heart. And step up into Guri running right in. Both guys back in the ring at the 3 count. Penta backs away into the corner, heading up to the top. The dive in. That was despicable, Penta. You're about 15 foot short of that double foot stomp. That was awful. Springs over now, gets the crossbody. Penta now bringing Lex back up. Look at the super kick. Lex caught the ankle. Spins Penta around, up and down on to the knee. Lex now taking Penta up on the shoulders. There it is. The torture rack by Lex Luthor on Superman. And I think Penta has been able to break free. Luger now taking Penta up on the shoulder. Gonna drop him face first across the top. Lex now sending Penta off the ropes. Went for the clothesline. Penta able to avoid it. Spinning kick into the gut. Drags Lex Luger across. Look at Lex Luger here. Incredible strength. Lifting Penta above his head. Dropping him face first. And now Lex Luger stalking. In once again with a torture rack. Will Penta have to tap out? He's done some great results so far this week, but Lex Luger was one step too far for Penta. Wow, Lex Luger needed that. His first singles victory of the year. Moves him up to a +3 after 14 matches, a +2 after 3 this year. And Penta with that loss. He's had a very good week. He's picked up 3 singles victories. Of course, a tag team loss, now a singles loss. So it's been a good week, actually, if you look at it that way, I suppose. I keep forgetting about that singles match. I keep forgetting about the tag team match, of course, alongside his brother Rey Fenix against the debut in Los Golpeadores. But yeah, Lex was fantastic here. We'll see Lex again in a couple of weeks' time, I believe. Yes, as part of our Saturday night main event show. At the moment, we're scheduled in for Lex Luger versus Macho Man Randy Savage. If you know, you know. got some interesting matches lined up. I was going to sort of change up a bit, to be honest. We've got some good matches. We've got Bruno Sammartino versus superstar Billy Graham, the Steiner Brothers versus the Hart Foundation, Undertaker versus Yoko in a casket match, Harley Race versus Junkyard Dog, Randy Savage versus Lex Luger, Honky Tonk Man versus Ricky Steamboat, Jesse Ventura versus Tito Santana, Mr. Perfect versus Rick Rude as well, the Iron Sheik versus Jake Roberts. Some interesting matches. I might change a couple of them, but yeah. No, I think it's going to be a pretty damn good show there for Saturday night's main event, of course, utilising the brand new DLC which has come out recently. There we go, Lex Luger is victorious over Superman. Finally, Superman has been halted by the power of his arch nemesis. And that is it for today. Like I said, 3 more matches for you tomorrow. Doink the Clown versus Crush, one of Doink's most infamous feuds he had in WWE. We've got Mr. Iguana and La Parka versus Leon Slater and Javon Evans. And of course, that second YouTube Tag Team Championship #1 contendership match, Mexico's Most Wanted, the Broken Hardys, the Acolytes, and Boom and Doom. I love you, leave you good night. God bless everybody. Saying like, subscribe, do the good stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.